What's up, guys? You're probably wondering, what does this title mean? What am I talking about? Well, honestly, gas was just too expensive in the 2 Series. I couldn't afford it, had to sell the car. Picked up this EV scooter instead. It was pretty expensive, but you know what? I think I'll save a lot of money being environmentally friendly. EV's the wave now, so I think my car content career is over, and I'm sorry it was so short. So this is my brand new 2024 BMW M2. I just picked this up with 17 kilometers on it. Yeah, I don't know what I've done, honestly, but this is the car that I now have under the channel, and we'll be making a ton of content for you guys. No more 2 Series. Definitely a little bit sad about that, but can't be too sad now driving this. I'm at about 400 kilometers into my break-in period, which is about 2,000 kilometers, so I don't even know what this car feels like flooring it, which is insane to buy. I literally bought this without even driving one, like, because they don't really let you test drive them, and even when you do, at least if they're brand new, they're in their break-in period. What are you gonna find out about a car driving like 40 kilometers an hour? You're not gonna learn anything. So it's in sapphire metallic black. It is a 6-speed manual with a carbon roof, carbon interior, this fat, juicy 24-inch screen, where I'm used to having, like, my 2 Series came with a 6.6 inch. This thing is ridiculously big. Honestly, like, the Waze map covers like more than half the screen. It's insane. The tech jump in this car is phenomenal. I love the seat package. I don't know what it's called, but it's got that red and blue accent on it. This interior is amazing. There's no other question about it. I couldn't get carbon buckets because that was just out of budget. I mean, I also don't really see M2s in carbon buckets. I don't know why no one specs them, but it's also like a $10,000 package. I was already stretching the budget fat, so this is what we're stuck with. We got the red calipers painted, OEM, of course, 19s in the front, and then we have 20s in the back. Interesting setup, and I cannot believe how much wheel gap there still is. Like, you could fit a fist in there almost. It's ridiculous. So I already know I'm gonna get hit with these monster truck comments, but bring them on, okay? I don't care. I have a G87 now. It's pretty much exactly the spec that I wanted. I went to actually go look at a Toronto red metallic for a while, but couldn't come to a number that I would agree with on it for my trade. And I honestly think the black looks better in person. It's also got the premium package, so it has the M adaptive LED lights that actually corner with you as you steer, which is pretty cool. Never had that before. It's got comfort access. I can't believe you can actually get this car without comfort access. That's insane. Harman Kardon sound system, reverse park assist. I don't know what else is part of the premium package, but it's a $3,000 package. You get all that. That's worth way more money if you ask me. Also have the shadow line package on the headlights, so they're a little bit darker on the inside. And in terms of what we've done so far with the car, I've owned it now since, I guess, 10 days or so, and we have done paint matched reflectors in the front. Actually, the OEM reflectors, I just took it to BMW and had them paint match them for me. And then we did a full front end PPF because I felt so bad raw dogging this paint. For the future of this car, oh my goodness. I know these are polarizing to start with, and I know some of you probably aren't gonna like the way it looks stock, but once these are modified, I mean, they look phenomenal. Even stock, these grew on me like crazy. I know there's a ton of stuff you can do. Only like 2 years old, and the aftermarket support is phenomenal on them, but we're gonna do a full exhaust system. I'm not gonna say from who yet until it gets to my front door. On the way though, we've also got adjustable lowering springs and spacers, which this car desperately needs, and we have front mount intakes coming. So those are all 3 awesome mods, or 4 awesome mods that I cannot wait to do. And I mean, yeah, it's just endless. Like, I need to do so much of this thing. It's the middle of summer. I gotta take advantage of the car season and show you guys how amazing I'm going to make this car look. So beyond how excited I am about the car, I wanna also share with you guys, if you can see my hat, my logo, Doubt. This is part of my merch, which I just dropped a few days ago. You can see it linked down below. I'll put up some photos here that Wavy Visuals helped cook up with this whole setup. He's actually filming this video right now as well. I'll have him linked down below as well, but a lot of these photos turned out amazing. We have the 135 X240 collab shirt on the back. You can see my old 135 with my 2 Series. This piece kind of represents everything that I had done in the last year, because on the date of the drop, I think it was about 2 days before that, was the year anniversary of when I sold the 135 and bought the 240i. So it was really cool to see those cars together. The next piece, we have the M Lights Matter in the black and in the white. Also comes as a hoodie. I kind of thought of this idea out of nowhere. I thought it'd be funny. I would always get made fun of for having an M Light. Probably seen it in my other videos in my shorts and stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to, make a joke out of it, make a shirt out of it. People actually seem to resonate with it, which is cool. So if you have a B58, an M55, any sort of M Light, this might just be the shirt for you. And I still stand with you guys, okay? Don't listen to this car, okay? Because I dealt with this for a long, long time, okay? Those are the shirts for the hoodie as well. The 135 X240 comes as a hoodie. And we got my beloved keychains, my check engine light, and my service oil light. Those two are awesome. They're actually 50% off with any clothing purchase that you make. We're gonna have jet tags coming in soon, more clothing stuff. I gotta figure out some merch for this car as well at some point, but I can't do it stock because the ride height is killing me. As for the 2 Series, I know it kind of disappeared out of nowhere, but honestly, what pushed me to move into a different car was, one, I felt like I was comfortable in that car. The road presence, obviously, from that to an M car is a lot different, especially the 2 Series is a very narrow body. This car is the complete opposite. Ultimately, back for the 2 Series, I mean, yeah, I feel like I needed to kind of take that extra step and push myself further to kind of see where the content could take me. I want to take a risk. I feel like I've always been comfortable with where I'm at. And not that I'm uncomfortable in this car, but I'm kind of using it as a motivational factor to work even harder, and the content is just going to go so much harder with this car. Like there's so much planned with this thing, and the potential is way, way higher, I think. So I hope you guys can forgive me for moving on from the 2 Series out of nowhere into this car, but I'm just taking a chance on something, and I'm just going to go ahead first at it and see what happens. People are probably wondering why I didn't pick up a G80 or a G82. Those cars are awesome. I've always owned like 2-door smaller cars. I know this car actually weighs, I think, the same or pretty close to what the G80 and G82 weigh, which is kind of crazy. But I've always wanted a smaller car. I also wanted manual, and I feel like the G80 and G82 are like a completely different beast in the all-wheel drive. This car obviously only comes rear-wheel drive, so I feel like it makes the most sense to get this in a 6-speed, which is exactly what I wanted for the drive experience. Also, G80s and G82s, no shade to anybody who owns them. At least where I live, I feel like you see them everywhere. They're so much more common. Again, they are still phenomenal, amazing cars, but I like this because I feel like it's got a different type of road presence to it. You don't see these very often. They've only been out for 2 years. I'm sure, in a year or two, I'll probably be saying the same thing about how I wish this had more of a road presence because they're gonna be more popular, but how they are right now, I think this stands out like amazingly on the road. Here's a clip of me too the night before I went to go and see the car, and I couldn't really grasp what I was actually doing.
Tomorrow, I might just make the worst financial decision I've ever made, or I might make the best financial decision I've ever made, okay? Either way, I could be an owner of a G87 M2, brand new. Oh my God.
I think that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please go ahead, check out the merch, and also check out Wavy Visuals down below. He does awesome stuff. He's done a lot of shoots for me. I've never been dissatisfied with his work. I'll see you guys in the next video where I'm hopefully installing my first mod on this car. I'm way too excited for this.